Here we are together again on the radio. You may recall we talked about 3 little girls. We're now 12 from Garden Grove, sorry, who were late for school one day, and to hear the authorities tell it, they were afraid they'd get in trouble for being late to school, so they made up a story about a homeless man who they said attacked them. And said homeless man, Eric Nordmark, went to jail for 8 months. And remember I told you I was very upset about this because we later found out that little girls lied. One of them cracked and told the truth. And they had to release Mr. Nordmark, who is now in Seattle, but he was in Orange County when this happened. Well, you might find this interesting. You can take the one from the Orange County Register, or you can take the one from Channel 7, doesn't matter. Take the one from Channel 7 in Los Angeles. 3 12-year-old Garden Grove girls whose alleged lies, of course, they let this guy out of jail because the authorities said they were lies. So they're only alleged in the sense that they're going to go through the system here, okay? Resulted in a transient being jailed for 8 months and tried for assault and child molestation were arrested today at school, police said. The girls, whose names were withheld, were arrested on a felony charge of conspiring to falsely accuse another, said Garden Grove Police Lieutenant Mike Hanfield. The girls, who allegedly made up a story to cover for one of them arriving home from school late last May 15th, were expected to be taken to juvenile hall, Hanfield said. Good. The arrest came after one of the girls admitted at the courthouse where Eric Nordmark was on trial last month that her story was false. Nordmark, who had faced up to 5 years in prison, was released January 26th and is considering filing a lawsuit. The girl testified against Nordmark on a Friday and failed to return to court the next Monday to resume her testimony. After authorities retrieved her, she admitted she had falsely testified against Nordmark, Hanfield said earlier. The girl who testified is also being held on suspicion of perjury, Hanfield said. So, those 3 little alleged liars are now allegedly in custody and allegedly at juvenile hall, and I encourage you all to keep the pressure on the Orange County District Attorney's Department to make sure they go all the way and prosecute these girls to the fullest extent of the law. Now, we're also still looking for confirmation of the names of these girls, because I think you have a right to know who they are. We've only gotten one report on the 3 names, and we're not convinced that these are all correct. So we're holding on to these. If you've got the names, you call us. 1-800-5800-TOM. Or you can call our comment line at 310-842-9592. And we will certainly be trying to get that information and pass it along to you. I'm very excited to know, and I have to believe that some of the pressure we've applied on the Orange County District Attorney's Office in some way played a part in this. If it didn't and they're just doing their jobs, great. I think that's great. But do keep the pressure on the Orange County District Attorney's Office to push for the maximum penalty available for this. This is a serious crime, and other little girls who want to lie and say that people molested them or killed them or tried to kill them or whatever. Of course, any girl testifying that a man killed her, I don't know why we'd believe her, but nonetheless, we want to discourage this kind of activity in the future. And now for something completely different. These are much younger children we're going to talk about now, much. I do not want to give any publicity to this family. They're already getting publicity in Detroit. This is from the Channel 7 website in Detroit, and I'm going to leave out the last name of this couple so that, if you decide you want to help them, you'll have to do a little work to figure out how to do it. But this from Channel 7 News website in Detroit. When 26-year-old Amy X, I'll call her X, stares into the eyes of one of her children, she is looking right at what for her is a real-life, living, breathing miracle. Amy is the proud mother of 6, that's right, 6 newborn babies. For a woman who struggled for 2 years to get pregnant, it is amazing. Well, why is it amazing? Was she on fertility drugs? This happens all the time. There's nothing amazing about it. Amy, well, of course, it's sweeps month in Detroit and everywhere else, and, of course, amazing stories like this find their way into the newscast. Amy and her husband Ben could never have imagined the family they have today. Of course, there is the overwhelming stress and responsibility that comes with caring for 6 tiny babies. All were born prematurely. All arrived severely underweight, and all were listed in critical condition. My first reaction was I just put my head down and started praying, recalls Ben. It was overwhelming. Amy recalls, we were crying and laughing and just praising God. Thanks, God. Praising God that He had blessed us with the abundance He had. Abundance is right. Amy and Ben X are a couple who are not asking for anything but prayers. But, says the Channel 7 Action News website in Detroit, they deserve our support, and we know Action News viewers have big hearts. They must have pea-sized brains. Of course, they watch Channel 7 Action News. If you would like to help the family, the designated fund has been set up with a particular foundation that I'm not giving out on the air. And then they give the address to send your tax-deductible monetary gift. Isn't that nice? Now, may I tell you that there's Channel 7 Action News. What a heart they have, especially during Sweeps Month. Isn't that nice? The Channel 7 Action News has a big heart like their viewers have big hearts. Isn't that nice? Just so happens that in February, the TV stations determine their advertising rates for the next 3 months. And Action News is there helping the unfortunate. Isn't that heartwarming? Now, it says here that these people deserve our support. They deserve our support. They deserve it. Why do they deserve anything? They don't deserve my support, your support, or anybody's support. You go out and you have 6 kids, then you deal with it. I'm sure you'll be getting our support soon enough when you apply for public assistance, or some such. Does anybody here believe that people like this deserve our support?
1-800-5800-TOM. From what I gather, you're saying they're sluts if they sleep with you and they're bitches if they don't.
Yes, actually, that comes from the Tom Leykis glossary.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's up, Tom?
Just the ratings, Tom.
That's right. Hey, you know why these people deserve our money?
Why?
Because they're selfish. That's why. That's right. They take these fertility drugs, they pop out 6, 7 kids, and then they say it's a miracle of God.
A miracle. Oh, show it a big heart you have, John. Send them money.
That's right. That's right. It's disgusting. I mean, if you had 6 kids naturally, okay, that might be a little bit impressive, but I mean, we know what these drugs do, and it's just, it's ridiculous.
And by the way, even that wouldn't be impressive. I mean, whatever happens, happens. Now, that girl who was born over the weekend with 2 heads, now that was impressive. Some Latin American country. Do you see that? Some little girl was born with 2 heads.
I didn't see that, but that is something...
Now, you know the old expression says 2 heads are better than 1, but, well, she's dead now. She did not survive.
Ooh, yeah, that's no good.
She is one of the few born with 2 heads. Now, that, I was impressed.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. These people think it's a miracle, but it's nothing more than modern science. And I mean, you know, you got to give it to them.
People have babies every day. There's no miracle about it. That's like saying, "Oh my God, I just took a crap. What a do you see this? 6 hours ago, I was eating chalupas,
and of course,
now I'm looking in the bowl and I'm seeing little bits of bean in there. It's a miracle."
Exactly. They can't adopt the kids either. Of course, you know, they got to have their own because their kids are going to be the
right. Of course,
best kids around, the best-looking kids.
That's right. The smartest.
Exactly.
Of course, how smart are these people? Taking fertility drugs and then they're amazed at the miracle they create.
Exactly. Tom, can you take me out with bong toke, an orgasm, and a gracias?
Here you go, John.
Oh, yes! Oh, God, Tom!
Gracias.
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Chris on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how you doing tonight, Tom?
All right, Chris.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I think we should be encouraging everyone to give as much money as they can to these people. You know why?
Why?
Every single dollar that they send and spend on this family means one less you and I as taxpayers are going to have to fork out in social services.
But, you know, if fools continue to send money to people like this, they will continue to do stupid things like this.
No, you're right, but as long as I'm not footing the bill for it, it's a free market.
Well,
if they want to part with their money, let them.
So, all right, so you're saying all the idiots should support the other idiots out there so we don't have to pay.
It's a wash. If all the idiots are going to support the other idiots, I think it's a wash. Won't impact me.
It'd be hard to argue with you, Chris. All I know is I'm not sending money to people like that.
I agree with you. I'm with you. Not people like that. There are those out there who really need it, and that's where I'll send my money.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Tom.
Appreciate the call. Sarah on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Just the ratings, Sarah.
Oh, that's good. So I agree with that first caller that, yeah, God had nothing to do with this. They took fertility drugs, and that's how they got pregnant, and that's not right. Second off, if I had 6 kids and I didn't have them all at the same time, would people be sending me money to help me out? I mean, it's the same number of kids, right? Just as hard.
That's what I thought.
And nobody would send me money.
That's right.
What the hell is wrong with these people sending these...
It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
It's not a miracle. It's a drug that you paid for. And you know what? They consciously had to pay for that drug knowing that chances of them conceiving more than a natural number would increase greatly. And now they expect people to help them out.
And they're all born in critical condition. Again, God really coming through in the clutch there.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. They're thanking God for that. Thank you for sending us 6 children, all severely underweight and listed in critical condition. Thank you, Lord. Appreciate that.
It was such a help, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Maybe God's trying to tell you, you know what? I told you, a-holes, that you were not supposed to have any kids.
Exactly, especially if they've been trying for 2 years. Obviously, They weren't meant to have kids then, or they're just never meant to have kids.
Bing, bang, boom. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM. William on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's up, Tom? You're the man.
Thank you.
Man, I can't stand it anymore with these kids. Man, everyone having kids. Los Angeles is already, populated enough, and you see people pushing around 3 kids. I'm tired of it. Tie your tubes. Get a vasectomy.
If you can't pay for it, you shouldn't be having kids.
Oh, man, it drives me nuts. Tom, would you take me out Sonny Bono style?
Sonny Bono style. Here you go. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Scott on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
All right, Scott.
Good. I couldn't agree with you more about, not wanting to support these people and so forth. I totally understand where you're coming from there, but the position that a lot of these knuckleheads are taking that, you shouldn't have babies, if you need to use fertility and so forth, I think that's ridiculous. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, well, again, we had this not long ago, people thanking God.
Well, God has nothing to do with it. I mean, I respect that opinion and so forth, but for some of these, idiots that probably knocked up, pretty Miss Pink Panties one-night stand type of people that don't even consider it, what the ramifications are going to be, but then other people that maybe have a little bit of a struggle that need that in order to become pregnant out of no fault of their own, to hear some of these morons calling up and and bashing that and saying that's wrong, and you know all the other stuff that they're saying is absolutely.
Hey, Channel 7 Action News in Detroit says that these people deserve our support.
Oh, absolutely. Well, of course not. No one deserves. I mean, you know, come on. Chickens have 6 kids. Anybody should support, but then again, you know.
All right, I'm losing you there, Scott, but I get the idea. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Ramon on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Ramon.
Hey, Tom, I'm driving down the road, and I just got a message from that almighty God up there, so I was figuring I deserve some help from the Tom Leykis listeners, and I'll give you my address up there, and they can all send me a check.
Did Nextel, was it a Nextel phone call? Did God call you on Nextel?
Oh, hello. This is God. That's what I'm talking about, Tom. These people think, you know, go out and work, man. You know, do what you got to do, but don't sit there and beg and...
You're barren. You can't have kids. God spoke. That's it. Done. And he called on a Nextel.
Hey, take me out with a big bong here and a spank on the ass, Tom.
Here you go, Ramon. Wow. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Bart on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Bart.
I got 6 kids. Send me some goddamn money.
Yeah.
I got 4 teenage girls. 2 of them are driving age and want cars. I got 2 right behind them, and they're all giving me hell.
Wow.
I'm calling you on a Nextel, by the way. And it does that little noise. It goes before God talks, you know?
I understand, Bart. Well, 6 kids. By the way, why did you have, if I may ask?
Well,
calling in from Sequim, Washington. Why?
I became a listener way too late in life.
Oh, I see.
My other name is Mr. Brady. So
how many kids had you had we came on 10 years ago this year? How many kids did you have 10 years ago, Bart?
Only 2.
Only 2. So after we came on, you had 2 more.
No, she had 4.
Oh, she had 4.
And I had 2, and we got together, and it's one big happy family.
Living in Sequim.
You betcha.
All right, I think we know everything we need to know. Our toll-free telephone number from across North America is 1-800-5800-TOM.
The Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. And we are here talking about the couple in the Detroit area whose name we've left out. They've had the 6 little miracles, the sextuplets who were born to them. And Channel 7 Action News in Detroit says these people deserve our support. And they know Action News viewers have big hearts. But it says here that Amy and Ben, the parents, are the couple who are asking for nothing but prayers. So, God has a couple of words for you, Amy and Ben. Yes, Amy and Ben, this is God speaking. You know, I thought I made it clear, Amy, that you were barren. You were unable to conceive. That was my decision, Amy, as your Lord and Savior. I decided you were not to have any children, and you tampered with me. I decided you wouldn't have any kids, and you went out and used fertility drugs, didn't you? How dare you disobey me? So I've paid you back in spades with 6 underweight kids who were all in critical condition. Why have to be stillborn when I can make you suffer even more? Don't tempt fate. Don't try to go behind my back. I will get you. This is God speaking. That is all. Wow. He's serious. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Sean on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Sean.
I am an avid supporter of the ASPCA, and they have a motto, and I know this sounds cruel, but when I hear these stories, this always comes to mind. The motto is, don't litter, spay or neuter. Most dog breeds don't have litters that large.
I know. Yeah, I'll bet Bob Barker would be opposed to this.
He should be. I've been a long-time listener of yours, and the one thing that always rings true to me are these stories of folks who are procreating without giving any thought. And I don't just mean when they have these large litters,
yes,
but also all the single women out there. There's just too much information and too much technology to prevent that, and the selfishness that goes into some of these decisions, it blows my mind. The kids are the ones who pay for it.
Well, because I think when people have kids, they only care about their own fulfillment. That's all they care about.
Well, and, talking to a lot of these women who do have the kids, when you start asking them questions about, have you given thought to child care, especially the single parents, they can never answer yes. They haven't given any thought to budgeting for it, to planning for this child's future. The selfishness and the children who pay, I think people they just don't think about it. They don't talk about it enough, and they don't think about it enough.
I think you make some very good points, Sean. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Michelle on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Do you care, Michelle?
I care.
Yes, I'm doing great.
Good. I'm a long-time listener, and I wanted to tell you that I'm so happy you're having this topic because I'm actually living this right now. I am not a supporter of fertility drugs, and my husband and I have been married almost 7 years. We decided 3 years ago we would try to have a baby the regular way everybody else does. Nothing's happened yet. I've gone to my doctor. We're both fine, and he's wanting us to go to a fertility clinic. And we're choosing not to do that. We just wanted to make sure that both of us were okay, and that was the only reason we went. I am getting so much pressure from people. Nobody can understand why I'm not wanting to go to a fertility clinic and do fertility drugs and that whole thing. So I just want to say that I'm 32, and I'm living the pressure right now, and it seems like it's becoming so common that I'm happy you're having this topic because I look at people that do it, and I think it's just so unhealthy.
Yeah, it is unhealthy, and again, they don't give a rat's ass about anybody but themselves. Anybody.
They don't, and the pressure I'm getting is just unbelievable.
How about you adopt some kids if you're barren?
Yeah, if you want to put a religious twist on it, which I try not to, but if you want to, like these other people do, God is trying to maybe tell you something. There's a reason you're not having kids.
Right.
So you shouldn't mess with it.
I agree with you, Michelle. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. When we continue, we're going to talk to somebody who has a problem with me.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Any guy who opens the door for a girl is just asking for trouble. You know what? I'd have no problem opening the door for a girl as long as she was polishing my knob when I was done.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Tony on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello?
Is that a question or a statement, Tony?
Well, who's this?
Who do you want to talk to?
The guy on the air.
Okay, hold on, please. The Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Tony on the Tom Leykis Show.
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Yes.
I have never been so bored in my life.
Really?
I have never heard somebody pauses, except in menopause. Didn't you?
Really?
Really? I mean, come on. Are you reading that stuff when you come in, or...
What stuff?
You don't prepare when you come in? You have to read it off the billboard?
Are you a radio program director? Are you a consultant of some kind?
Excuse me?
Are you a consultant of some kind?
Yeah.
Are you a programmer? Who do you consult? I'm curious. Which companies do you consult?
Okay, well, take your time and think of something.
I'm asking you a question. Are you a radio consultant?
No, I am not.
No. Have you ever been on the radio?
No.
Are you aware that in the last rating period in Baltimore, our show went from 15th place to 4th place? Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, you go ahead and snooze through the important stuff there, Tony.
Important? You haven't said anything important yet.
You know what? I'll tell you what I say is that I'm here at the radio station and you are sitting home calling in like a moron.
You know, you got a point there.
Yes, I do. 1-800-5800. Remember, I'm the one getting paid to get down here. You're the moron calling in. Let's keep it in perspective. You know what? If you knew what you were doing, you'd be down here earning my 7-figure salary, and I'd be sitting out there calling in from my studio apartment. That's what I'd be doing. 1-800-5800-TOM. Jeff on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How's it hanging, Father?
Hanging right, son.
Son, Father, here we go again, inadvertently talking about the beauty of Latin American culture. You know, my wife being from Nicaragua, I think you remember, big family. There's a lot of big families, but when they need money, they go to their family to provide for them.
Yeah.
But we don't do that. We just have to ask for freebies and hangouts, but everyone seems to get by without asking for money in Latin America.
Well, you know what? There are certain parts of the world where people work harder and pull together more and support each other. And by the way, they also keep their own families in line.
They do have the family structure in line. That's a good point.
Yeah. Whereas in this country, people pretty much don't live where their parents or grandparents live. They don't stay in the same city or state their whole lives. And we are all about fulfilling ourselves. We really don't care about fulfilling anybody else. And that is why we have more kids than we can afford, and then go to Channel 7 Action News and tell them the big story, and then say, oh, no, we're just asking for prayers. Right.
That's it. Well, that's what I wanted to say, Tom. One quick question for you.
Yes.
Is that position still open in Argentina for doing your show in Spanish?
You know what? It's no one's doing it right now.
Well, I'm going to be sending you my resume y después podemos hablar. ¿Está bien?
Absolutely. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Tommy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, how are you?
All right, Tom May.
Hey, I just got to say that this isn't a miracle. It's a litter. Excuse me.
A litter, yes.
It's a litter. If my pit bull has 6 babies and someone's willing to give me money, hey, bring it on. But I just sure don't look at it as a miracle.
It's true.
Hey, Tom, you've changed my life, man. I'll tell you about it some other day, but take me out with a bong hit and blow me up, baby.
Here you go, Tommy. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. More of your telephone calls are coming up.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
You know the definitions of the word slut and the word bitch, right?
No.
A slut is anyone who's had more sex than I've had. You know what a bitch is?
What's that?
A bitch is a slut who'll sleep with everybody but me.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is that telephone number. Talking about that lucky couple. They're thanking God for their sextuplets in Detroit. And all the 6 were born prematurely. All arrived severely underweight. All arrived in critical condition. And these 2 have been crying and laughing and praising God that He, quote-unquote, blessed us with the abundance He had. And then people at Channel 7 Action News in Detroit are saying that these 2 deserve our support. Do you think they deserve support? 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is D on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, how you doing, Tom?
All right, D.
All right, I just got a question. I'm a long-time listener here, but you gave the little spew about God saying, don't mess with me and all what I have for you to do or whatever. What about somebody that's needs an operation or something? So they shouldn't go and have it. I mean, God wanted you to have that stroke, so.
Well, understand, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God, so I'm just using their own logic against them.
Okay. I'm about to say, because it makes nobody to go to the doctor. Okay, no problem.
Well, you know what? There are groups of people, Christian Scientists and Jehovah's Witnesses, that do have opinions about going to the doctor.
This is true. I was just trying to get your opinion on it. Thanks a lot, bud.
Not a problem, D. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Tony on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. I just wanted to make a point real quick that the money that is necessary to get to that stage where these folks are is about $10,000 in terms of fertility pills. Why are we sending people money who have that kind of disposable income?
That's a good point. And if they didn't have the disposable income, who was paying for their treatments? Again, now it does not say in the story that they were using fertility drugs, but it sure sounds like it, doesn't it?
Those are expensive. Those aren't cheap.
Yeah.
Those aren't cheap. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Chris on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Hi, Chris.
I have 2 wonderful children. I love them to death. If I had sextuplets, I don't know if I'd be praising God. I think I'd just pray for them to die.
Ooh, really?
There's way too many.
Wow.
Way too many.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a gift.
Definitely not a gift. A serious chore, maybe. Just thought I'd weigh in.
Sounds good to me, Chris.
Have a good one.
You too. Thanks for the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. He's our telephone number. This is Shirley on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. This is Shirley. I am from Scotland. I've worked all over the world as a neonatal intensive care nurse. And any NICU nurses would be able to tell you that it's going to be a long haul for these parents having all these babies in the NICU. And the other comment I would like to make is that I think there's a good reason that women only have 2 breasts. We don't have a line running down the front, of our abdomen on each side to feed 6 or 7 or 8 babies.
Yes. Although some women have huge udders, like a cow.
Well, that is true, but I see the wonderful things that technology can do nowadays for women who have been unable to conceive naturally, and I just think that maybe we're just tipping the scales a little bit these days.
Well, to a certain extent, I think you're right about that. Lee on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, this is Lee out of Baltimore. I'm in the Air Force, and I just think this is damn crazy that these people are supporting these people.
It is crazy.
Me and my wife, we had 2 5 years apart so that we didn't have to worry about child care. One in school, one in child care, and struggling on a military paycheck. And then you got these people having all of these kids, ain't got no common sense.
No, I agree with you, and I certainly don't think we should be sending money to people to do this. You're only going to encourage more people to do it.
Hey, why don't we send the money to all these orphans of these military members that have died in Iraq and for everybody else's happy life?
I'm okay with that, Lee. Anything but sending it to people like this. Jeff on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
All right, Jeff.
Hey, I'm on a cell phone, so I might cut out. I just wanted to know if you knew how much these guys paid, these crazy people paid to get that done to them.
Oh, I know it's thousands of dollars. It can be in the tens of thousands of dollars. I know that.
So now they want us to reimburse them, huh?
Well, no, the article here on the Channel 7 Detroit website claims that they're not asking for anything but prayers, this couple. But it's Channel 7 Action News in Detroit that says that these people deserve our support.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm like you, Tom. I say if they got into this mess, they should be able to figure it out.
Right. It's not our problem.
Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, Jeff. Kimberly on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I was just going to say that maybe the reason why these people are praising God is because they know that they're going to get support from the community and from all these corporations that are sending, these types of people diapers and, clothing and food and all that kind of thing.
Well, if corporations want to send stuff to get publicity for themselves, I guess they can go ahead and do that, but I'm not sending my hard-earned money to people like this.
No, I totally agree with you. I wouldn't do it either. What I'm saying is maybe the reason why they're praising God is not necessarily for the children, but for the things that they're going to get.
You might be right about that. Nikki on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Nikki.
I think that everyone, when we read these stories, should write the newspaper or call the station and tell them to quit covering these events. They're not miracles of God. They're things that have gone wrong with technology. Women aren't supposed to have litters of babies like we're dogs.
Yeah, well, I think you're right about that. And in this story on the Channel 7 website in Detroit, it's referred to as a real-life, living, breathing miracle. It's referred to as amazing, overwhelming, outrageous stuff.
The Tom Leykis Show.